I told my brother's girlfriend she can't expect me to treat her kids like mine. She lost it and family drama exploded. I'm 32F and have two sons, a 10-month-old baby and a 3-year-old toddler. My husband and I absolutely adore them, but here's the thing. I'm just not the kind of person who's naturally drawn to other kids. I don't have that maternal instinct towards children who aren't mine. I don't get all excited about playing with other kids or being the fun Annie type. Honestly, other kids don't really interest me much, and I don't find them especially cute or engaging unless they're my own. Now, my brother recently started dating a woman named Natalie, who's 31 years old. She has 2 kids as well, a 7-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl. When we first met Natalie, she seemed really enthusiastic about the fact that I have kids. She immediately started talking about how our children would bond, play together, and become close cousins in the future. I was a bit surprised by this, mainly because the age difference between our kids is quite big. My oldest is only 3, and my youngest is a baby, while Natalie's kids are school age, especially the 7-year-old boy. It's hard to imagine how our kids would naturally connect given that age gap. Despite this, I was open to giving things a chance. I was polite and tried to be friendly towards Natalie and her children. Family dynamics can be tricky, especially with new partners and stepkids, and I wanted to keep things cordial. I didn't want to rock the boat or cause tension. So far, that's the background. Me, not really a kid person beyond my own sons, my brother's girlfriend, Natalie, who's enthusiastic about merging our families, and 2 very different sets of kids with a noticeable age gap. The reality is, our kids haven't really blended well. The 7-year-old boy is quite mature for his age, and frankly, he and my 10-month-old baby don't have much in common or shared interests. As for Natalie's 5-year-old daughter, she is quite energetic, even rowdy, which makes my 3-year-old avoid her whenever we meet. During family functions or casual gatherings, my oldest son tends to keep his distance from her because her behavior feels overwhelming for him. I understand kids have different temperaments, but this pattern has been consistent enough that it's hard to force any meaningful friendship between them. Our youngest is still a baby and doesn't really play in a social sense yet, so it's not like they can bond naturally at this stage. Despite these obvious differences, I've tried to be nice and welcoming towards Natalie's family. We've exchanged pleasantries and shared holidays together, such as last Christmas, which was the first holiday we spent with Natalie and her kids as part of the family. We gave gifts to her children, which I thought was a kind gesture and enough to make them feel included. But that wasn't the end of it. After Christmas, Natalie confronted me, and it was difficult. She expressed that she felt hurt by some of my behavior towards her kids and herself. She said I don't show enough interest in her children, who she believes could one day be my niece and nephew. She also said I refuse to have her kids over at my house for playdates unless she is present, which she finds unreasonable. Furthermore, she accused me of refusing to encourage my sons to like her daughter and described my demeanor as cold towards her children. I was taken aback by these accusations, but tried to respond calmly and clearly. I explained that I can't and won't force my children to play with anyone. My boys, especially the baby, aren't at a stage where they can be pushed into friendships, especially with older children who have different interests and energy levels. Regarding playdates, I told Natalie I'm uncomfortable having her kids over without her because I don't really know her children well enough. I have limited experience with their behavior beyond the few family gatherings we've had, and I don't want to take responsibility for kids I don't know without their mother around. As for being cold, I tried to explain that it's not intentional. It's just how I am as a person. I'm warm and affectionate with my own children, but I'm not the type to be overly enthusiastic or nurturing towards other kids. I don't feel fake or insincere loving children who aren't mine, and I don't think it's fair to expect that. Natalie didn't accept my explanations easily. She insisted that I'm everything I claim not to be when I'm around my own kids, implying that I could behave differently if I wanted to. She also said the entire family, including my parents, has been excluding her children and showing more affection to mine. This hurt her deeply. I asked for specific examples of how her kids have been excluded, and she repeated the points about me not inviting her kids over without her, my supposed coldness, and the lack of bonding between children. I was blunt with her. I told her that she started dating my brother just a year ago and that we've all met a few times, with everyone being polite and welcoming. I explained that she can't expect us to treat her kids the same way we treat my sons. My kids are mine, and they don't owe anything to her children. I also said she's not entitled to anything from our family, and if she has concerns, she should speak to my brother directly. I know that might sound harsh, but I was tired of the accusations and felt that she was putting unfair pressure on me and my family. After all this, my brother apologized to me. He said Natalie sounded like a madwoman and was fixated on these perceived differences about the kids and how we treat them. He agreed that neither my parents nor I had done anything wrong, and he knows me well enough to believe that I wasn't acting with malice. He also told me that Natalie had been crying after our discussion, which added another layer of complexity. He asked if I could try to be more empathetic toward her feelings, despite agreeing with me about the facts. I told him I'm polite and respectful toward her, but that I think she's manipulative in trying to force this issue. I said if she doesn't want to hear the truth, she shouldn't have started this conversation with me. My brother is stuck in the middle, unsure how to handle the situation. I'm honestly confused as well, wondering if I was wrong to be so blunt. Here's where I stand. I feel justified in setting boundaries and protecting my family. I don't know Natalie or her children anything, especially not the kind of emotional investment she expects from me. I'm not naturally maternal towards other people's kids, and that's just how I am. But at the same time, I don't want to come off as cold or uncaring. I want to be polite and keep the peace, but I also want to be authentic. Should I force myself to be warmer or more involved for the sake of family harmony? Or is it okay to be honest about my feelings and limitations? My brother wants peace and has asked me to be more empathetic, but I'm struggling with how to do that without betraying my own nature. So, Reddit, AITA here. Should I soften and try to make things better for Natalie's sake? Or am I right to stand firm and be clear about my boundaries? Thanks for listening. I appreciate your thoughts.